Wait, what? I gasped, nearly choking on my wine. My stepsister Olivia leaned back with a smug grin, her voice ringing out, "It was me." The room erupted in applause, my stepdad's face glowing with gratitude, my mom's eyes brimming with pride. I sat frozen, my hands clenched under the table, heart pounding. Olivia had just claimed credit for the anonymous payment I'd made to clear my stepdad's medical bills, a secret I'd shared only with her, trusting her completely. "My name's Sarah Bennett. I'm 29, a social worker who's always been the quiet fixer in our family, avoiding the spotlight." That night, at a dinner celebrating my stepdad's cancer recovery, Olivia stole my sacrifice, and I watched in disbelief as my family showered her with praise. This is a story of betrayal, a painful silence, and a hard-fought redemption. Stick with me, because the emotional twists and the battle to reclaim my truth will pull you in. And if you've ever felt your kindness taken for granted, this will hit home. Our family had been through hell. A year ago, my stepdad, Mike, 64, was diagnosed with lymphoma, shattering my mom, Ellen, 62, who adored him. The chemo worked, but the bills piled up, threatening their stability. I couldn't watch them drown, so I drained my savings 15,000 and paid off the hospital anonymously, slipping a cashier's check into their mailbox. I didn't want thanks. I just wanted them to breathe again. The only person I told was Olivia, 32, my stepsister, who I thought was my confidant. With her radiant charm and budding career as a graphic designer, Olivia always drew attention. But I trusted her to keep my secret. That trust crumbled at Mike's celebration dinner. The house smelled of Mom's signature pot roast, the table set with her best dishes, candles flickering. Olivia's husband, Nathan, sat beside her, cracking jokes while Mike, finally healthy, laughed louder than I'd heard in years. I sat between Mom and Nathan, warmth in my chest every time Mike smiled, knowing his relief was partly my doing. He'd toasted the mystery angel who paid the bills, and I'd smiled into my glass, content to stay silent. Then Mike, eyes hopeful, asked, "Was it one of you?" My pulse quickened. I hadn't planned to reveal it, but before I could speak, Olivia chimed in, "It was me." The room exploded with cheers. Mom grabbed Olivia's hand, teary. "I knew it, sweetheart. You're our hero." Mike's voice softened. "Thank you, Olivia." I'm speechless. I stared, stunned, as Nathan blinked, confused. "Wait, you did this?" Olivia's smile didn't waver. "Of course, babe. I wanted it to be a surprise." Nathan hesitated, then nodded, mumbling, "I'm proud of you." My napkin twisted in my lap, my throat tight. She'd lied not just to Mom and Mike, but to her own husband, without a flicker of guilt. The dinner rolled on, Mike sharing stories of his hospital days, Mom praising his strength, Nathan joking about Mike's charm with nurses. But Olivia wouldn't meet my eyes, her laughter forced, her wine glass gripped too tight. She knew I was watching, daring her to acknowledge her theft. I stayed quiet for Mike's sake, not wanting to ruin his night, but inside, I was reeling. Driving home, the cold night air couldn't cool my anger. I replayed her words, her smug grin, the way Mom and Mike looked at her like she'd saved them. How could she lie so easily? I'd emptied my savings, skipped vacations, worked overtime to recover, while Olivia basked in their gratitude. Worse, I'd let her, too shocked to call her out. In my apartment, staring at a blank TV, I wrestled with my choice. Telling Mike the truth would clear my name. But what would it do to him? He'd fought so hard to beat cancer. Dragging him into a family feud felt cruel. His peace mattered more than my pride, so I decided to stay silent for him, not her. But the betrayal burned, and I knew I couldn't let Olivia off the hook. The next morning, I called her, my coffee cold on the kitchen counter. She answered, her voice breezy. "Hey Sarah, what's up?" I didn't mince words. "We need to talk about last night. Why do you lie and say you paid Mike's bills? I told you that was me. How could you?" There was a heavy pause. "Sarah, it's not a big deal," she said, dismissive. "I didn't think you'd care." My grip tightened on the phone. "Not a big deal?" I poured everything into that, Olivia. "I sacrificed for Mom and Mike, and you stole it. How's that not a big deal?" Her tone softened, but it felt rehearsed. "I just wanted Mike to be proud of me. You're always the selfless one, Sarah. I thought you wouldn't mind if I took the spotlight for once." I was floored. "Are you serious? I gave up my savings so they wouldn't worry, and you think I wouldn't care? You let them think you're their savior." She snapped back. "You didn't even want them to know it was you." Why does it matter? If they think it's me, Mike's happy. Mom's happy, what's the problem? My voice was steady but sharp. It's a lie, Olivia. You turned my sacrifice into your ego boost. I'm humiliated, not because I want praise, but because you betrayed me, she sighed, defensive. I didn't mean to hurt you, Sarah. I just wanted to feel like I mattered. I shook my head and seen. I'm not telling Mike. Not for you, but for him. He's been through enough. But Olivia, I'm done with you. I can't trust you anymore. Her voice rose, panicked. Sarah, you can't mean that. You're throwing us away over this? I cut her off, voice cracking. You lied to my face, to your husband, to everyone, for a moment of glory. One day, your conscience will catch up, and I hope you remember the sister you pushed away. I hope it was worth it. I hung up, hands shaking, the weight of my words settling in. I felt raw but resolute. I'd said what I needed to. The next year was a slow unraveling. Olivia and I became strangers. Our interactions at family gatherings, birthdays, barbecues polite but hollow. We avoided being alone. Our conversations clipped. The tension was palpable, and Mom noticed first, pulling me aside after a dinner. Sarah, what's wrong with you and Olivia? You were so close. I shrugged. We're fine, Mom. Just busy. But her frown said she wasn't fooled. Mike picked up on it too, asking at Christmas, why don't you just sit together anymore? You used to have so much fun. I forced a smile, dodging the question, but it stung. My sacrifice had fractured us, and Olivia's lie was the wedge. Olivia started texting. Small gestures, how's work? Or Mom said you're swamped. You okay? But I ignored them, each message a reminder of her betrayal. At a family dinner, she cornered me in the kitchen, holding a pitcher of iced tea. Sarah, can we get coffee sometime? Just talk. I didn't look at her. I'm busy, I said, brushing past. Her sigh followed me, but I kept walking. Trust, once broken, wasn't easily rebuilt, and I wasn't ready to let her in. Then, Mom dropped a bombshell over lunch. Olivia's been going to church, she said, hesitant. She's been feeling lost. She told me she's reflecting, wanting to change. I raised an eyebrow, skeptical. Olivia, the free-spirited designer. At church, it didn't fit. Mom pressed. She seems calmer, Sarah. Maybe it's what she needs. I nodded, unconvinced. It felt like another ploy to win me back, and I wasn't buying it. People don't transform overnight, especially not Olivia. One night, as I curled up with a book, my phone buzzed. Olivia's name on the screen. I almost let it go to voicemail, but curiosity won. I answered, silent. Sarah, she said, her voice soft, almost broken. I know I'm the last person you want to hear, but I need to say something. I gripped the phone, waiting. I've been struggling with what I did that night, she continued, voice cracking. It's eating me alive. I thought I could move on, but I can't. Every time Mike looks at me with pride, it's a knife in my chest. I don't deserve it, and I don't deserve your forgiveness. I couldn't hold back. Should I say I told you so? My tone was sharp, laced with a year's worth of hurt. She sighed, raw. You were right, Sarah. I've thought about telling them, but I'm terrified. What'll Mike think? Mom? Nathan doesn't even know I lied. How do I tell him? Her fear was real, but I stayed firm. You're scared of their reaction? What did you expect, Olivia? You stole something sacred. You thought it wouldn't catch up. I exhaled, steadying myself. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I stayed quiet for Mike. But your guilt? That's yours to fix. Figure it out. She whispered. I don't know if I'm strong enough. I shook my head. That's on you. I hung up, heart pounding, a mix of anger, relief, and pity swirling. I wasn't carrying her burden anymore. Weeks later, a group text from Olivia pinged. An invite to a family dinner at her place, a rare move. Just a casual night, good food, good company. It read, overly cheery. I hesitated after our call. This felt loaded, but Mom's quick, we'll be there. And Mike's thumbs up emoji nudged me to reply, I'll come. Pulling into her driveway, I braced myself. Her house glowed warmly, the table set with candles and fine china. Olivia greeted me, her smile tentative. Sarah, thanks for coming. I nodded, wary, unsure of her game. Dinner started light, Nathan joking, Mom praising the food. Then Olivia stood by the fireplace, clearing her throat. Can I have everyone's attention? Her voice trembled, and the room stilled. She clasped her hands, glancing at Nathan, who nodded encouragingly. I've made mistakes, she began, voice heavy. One hurt someone I love deeply, and it's haunted me. Mike leaned forward, tense. Olivia, what's wrong? Mom's hand rested on his arm, her face etched with worry. Olivia's eyes filled with tears. Last year, at Mike's recovery dinner, I lied. I said I paid his medical bills. It wasn't me, it was Sarah. The room froze, eyes shifting to me. She continued, voice breaking. Sarah used her savings to clear the debt, so you and Mom could heal without worry. I took credit because I was jealous, desperate for Mike's pride. I wanted to feel enough. When Sarah called me out, I lied again, scared to lose your love. She dropped to her knees, tears streaming. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I betrayed you, lied to everyone. Mike, Mom, I don't deserve your trust. I've carried this guilt, and I can't hide anymore. Please forgive me. Nathan steadied her, his face shocked but supportive. Mike's expression was pale, stunned, while Mom's hand covered her mouth. Olivia sobbed. Sarah's an angel. She stayed quiet, not because she couldn't prove it, but to protect Mike's peace. She's selfless, stronger than I'll ever be. I've hated myself for hurting her, for competing with my own insecurities, not her. The room was silent, her sobs echoing. All eyes turned to me, waiting. I sat, emotions crashing: anger, vindication, sadness. Her confession was raw, but the hurt lingered. Mom spoke first, voice shaky. Sarah, we had no idea. We're so sorry we didn't see it. Mike's face crumpled. Sarah, you did that for us, and we never knew. I'm heartbroken we let you down. Their apologies were heavy, but I felt hollow. I hear you, I said softly. This hurt, being invisible. I need time to heal for me. Mom nodded, tears falling. We'll give you that, sweetheart. We just want to make it right. I looked at Olivia, still on her knees, broken. I stood, voice steady. I'm glad you told the truth, Olivia, but trust takes time. I left, the night air cool against my skin, their words trailing me. I felt lighter, seen at last, no longer carrying her lie. 6 months later, things haven't snapped back, and they might never. Olivia's different, quieter, reflective. She texts occasionally, saw this and thought of you or hope you're okay, and I reply sparingly, testing the waters. Mike and Mom have been warmer. Mike saving me the best pie slice, asking about my work with genuine care. It's strange, but that night knit us closer imperfectly. Olivia's trying to be better, and for the first time, I believe she means it. My gift was meant to lift them, but it became my fight to be seen. Now, I'm healing, not for their praise, but for my own peace. That's my redemption, and it's enough.